Okay. So in today's class, I think some echo is coming. Okay, in today's class, one second. Bluetooth voice ఎవరితో వస్తుంది బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నాయిస్ వస్తుంది ఇదే అనుకుంటా అనిల్ ఓకే in today's class we are going to discuss about lab number 17 priority tests. Okay, so what is this priority test concept? Let's discuss. So this is very simple concept. So in the earlier beginning of selenium, okay, people followed this approach. Okay, so we have to know what is this approach, and but nowadays people are not using this approach, but anyway we have to learn this concept. Okay, and sometimes if anybody will use this approach, so we have to know about this approach. Okay, previously in our programs we have seen only one @test method we are writing. So here for every method I am writing and I am giving priority equal to 1, priority equal to 2, priority equal to 3, priority equal to 4, 5, 6. So the priority which decides which method has to execute in which order. So sequence, so priority equal to 1 means this is the first method will be executed. Priority equal to 2 means this is the second method will be executed. So whichever method you have given priority order, according to that your test methods will be executed. Okay, so now let me run my program. So this TestNG class contains multiple test methods, and in the earlier beginning of Selenium days people followed this approach. Okay, but nowadays people are not following this approach. So if a test contains multiple test methods and if you want to execute those one as per the priority order, you can specify like that. That's it. Very simple concept. Okay, see here all your test methods has been executed. Open Chrome browser, open Orange HRM, login, logout, and add nationalities, and close browser. So this is the sequence your methods has been executed. Okay, so here you need to write simply @priority equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. That's it. Just a minute.
Sir, parallel methods की tests की difference ఏంటి సార్ కరెక్ట్గా?
లీ అడుగుతున్నారు. నిన్న అర్థమైంది ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్?
ఎస్ సార్, అంటే మెథడ్స్ అన్న టెస్ట్స్ అన్న ఒకటే కదా అని కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజన్.
టెస్ట్స్ అంటే TestNG.xml లో మల్టిపుల్ టెస్ట్ బ్లాక్స్, ప్రతి టెస్ట్ నేమ్ కి ఒక నేమ్ ఇస్తున్నాం, దాన్ని టెస్ట్ అంటాం. మెథడ్స్ అంటే ఒక TestNG క్లాస్ లో రాసిన మెథడ్స్ అన్నమాట. అర్థమైందా? సో ప్యారలల్ టెస్ట్ అంటే the TestNG.xml, this is one test, this is one test. So this test name is test1 and this test name is test2. So I want to execute these tests in parallel, so I'm writing multiple tests. Parallel methods ante if a TestNG class contains multiple test methods, so idoka test method and this is one test method. So appudu manam em rastunna TestNG.xml we are writing parallel is equal to methods. Clear?
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, so now we understood how to execute the priority order. Okay, so this is @priority equal to, so you can write multiple test methods and you can define the priority equal to 1 so that it can be executed accordingly as per the sequence. Okay, one second, I have given wrong one. Next one. So in the @priority order we understood. Now let's go to the second program in that one. So if I won't give the priority equal to 1, priority equal to 2, priority equal to 3, priority, so I have not mentioned my priority order. So in that case, what is the sequence it will follow? Okay, it will follow as per the method alphabetical order name. Okay, so here test1 underscore open orange, test1 underscore test2 underscore test3 underscore. So at least you should follow method alphabetical order name, so that your test methods will be executed as per the alphabetical order. Okay, so in case if you don't want to define priority order, at least you have to follow method alphabetical name, so that your test methods will be executed in as per the alphabetical order. So if I will write without priority methods, we have to follow alphabetical order approach. Okay, see, one second. Okay, here the console, it will be printed randomly, but it will follow as per the execution order. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. Suppose, sir, if I don't follow the priority order, and if I don't follow the method alphabetical order name, what will happen? Okay, suppose open Chrome browser, open Orange HRM. After that, I want to call actually login method. So I have renamed my login method as test99 underscore login. So as per the alphabetical order, the third one is there is no third method, so it will try to execute this line. So after invoking my Orange HRM URL, it look for the web element as admin. So it will not be available on the login page. So it will throw an exception, no such element exception. Okay, so this fourth method has been failed, and after that it will click on welcome.click and logout.click. Anyway, this will be executed, and close browser also it will be executed. Okay, and finally it will try to execute login method, because as per the alphabetical order name it has to execute. So anyway, so already one test method has been failed, and remaining test methods it will be failed. Now let's see how the program execution will be failed. So if you are not following sequence, so the driver is, whenever it is looking for the required web elements, then the script will be failed. So now let's see. So open Chrome browser, it was executed. Open Orange HRM, it is executed, and logout was executed, and close browser was close browser was passed, and logout was failed. Okay, because it is looking immediately for if one test method has been failed, remaining all test methods also it will be failed. So you have to follow either sequential approach, or you have to follow either priority order. So that's it on the priorities concept. Okay, hope everyone is clear on this priority. So very simple approach, but nowadays nobody is using this approach. Okay, in this point, the interviewer asking what kind of questions, the interviewer is asking the questions. Suppose I have given @priority equal to 0, and I have given @priority equal to 0, and I have given 1, and I have given -1. So in this case, which of the test case it will be executed first? Okay, so it will try to execute for -1, because -1 is the lowest one. Okay, so after that it will try to execute for priority equal to 0. So sir, there are priority equal to 0, there are two test methods are there. So whenever priority is matching, it will check for the method alphabetical order name. So whichever method is in the alphabetical name, so that order will be executed. Okay, so like that, once priority equal to 0 has been completed, it will go for 1, and like that. So simply we need to understand the summary of the concept is the least priority will be executed first. Okay, after that, in case the priorities are matching, it will look for method alphabetical names. Okay, so that is the questions people will ask in the interviews. Okay, okay, let me go to the next point. Okay, priorities concept completed. And lab number 13, invocation count. So this is just very, very simple concept, just 1 minute topic only. Okay, what is invocation count? So this is the question people are asking in the interviews. So invocation count is equal to 2 means, okay, this test method will be executed 2 times. That's it. If I will specify invocation count is equal to 3 means this test method will be executed 3 times. Okay, so that's it. Okay, your test method will be executed, your test will be executed how many times? So whatever count you specified, those many times your test method will be executed. Now let's see. So first iteration completed and second iteration started. So that's it. Okay, just for interview purpose I have added this lab. Okay, okay, so now we have completed this one also.
సార్ అది ఎప్పుడైనా అవసరం అవుతుందా సార్? అంటే ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేస్తాం సార్ ఇన్వొకేషన్ కౌంట్?
ఇన్వొకేషన్ కౌంట్ ఎప్పుడైనా ఒక టెస్ట్ మీకు ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది అనిపిస్తుంది, అది టెంటేటివ్ గా ఒకసారి పాస్ అవుతుంది, ఒకసారి ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది అనిపిస్తుంది. సో you want to execute it in for the safe reason low, you want to execute it 2 times. So in that case your test will be executed 2 times. ఒక్కొక్కసారి ఒక టెస్ట్ ఫస్ట్ ఇటరేషన్ లో అది పాస్ అవుతుంది, సెకండ్ ఇటరేషన్ లో ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది. అంటే మీకు యు ఆర్ నాట్ షూర్, సమ్ టైమ్స్ ద వెబ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఆర్ లోడింగ్ వెరీ స్లోలీ అండ్ టైమ్డ్ అవుట్ ఇష్యూస్ ఆర్ కమింగ్, అండ్ you know in this particular issue that issue is coming. So you want to execute this specific test 2 times execute చేయాలి అనుకున్నారు. So you can give invocation count is equal to 2. That's it.
No.
Sir,
Yes.
రియల్ టైమ్ లో ఎవ్రీ మెథడ్ కి @test and test యూస్ చేస్తామా సార్, లేదంటే ఒక్క @test నుంచి రిమైనింగ్ మెథడ్స్ కాల్ చేయాలా?
@test మెథడ్ రాసేసి మిగతా వాటన్నిటికి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసి కాల్ చేస్తాం మెథడ్స్.
ఓకే.
ఇప్పుడు చెప్పిన ప్రయారిటీ ఆర్డర్ అనేది earlier beginning of Selenium days lo people used that approach, but nowadays people nobody is using that approach.
Okay.
Okay, now let's go
sir,
to the
మరి
next.
XML లో parallel methods అని ఉంది సార్, దాన్ని మరి ఎలా యూస్ చేస్తాం సార్? ఇప్పుడు అన్ని ఒకే దాంట్లో కాల్ చేస్తే ఆ @test ని అప్పుడే రన్ టైమ్ లో డైరెక్ట్ గా అదే కాల్ చేస్తే కదా, మరి ఆ అప్రోచ్ ఎప్పుడు యూస్ చేస్తాం?
ఇదా
ఎస్,
ఈ అప్రోచ్ ఎవరు యూజ్ చేయట్లా, మాక్సిమం ప్యారలల్ క్లాసెస్ ప్యారలల్ టెస్ట్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు. ఇప్పుడు నేను మీకు ఈ 3 కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్పాను. సో బై యూజింగ్ 3 అప్రోచెస్ యూ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ యువర్ టెస్ట్ అన్నారు. సో మనం జనరల్ ఇంకా ప్యారలల్ క్లాసెస్కి వెళ్తాం, ఎందుకంటే హియర్ ఇంటిగ్రేటింగ్ ద కోడ్ ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ లాంగ్ టైమ్. ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు గో దిస్ అప్రోచ్.
ఓకే ఓకే
Okay, now let's go to very, very important topic, lab number 13. Okay, TestNG parameters. Okay, what is TestNG parameters? TestNG parameters అంటే మనం ఏం డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం లాస్ట్ టాపిక్ లో? ఎనీవన్?
బ్రౌజర్ నేమ్.
అసలు TestNG parameters కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏంటి అసలు?
పారామీటర్స్ ని XML నుంచి పాస్ చేసి.
Very good. Okay, we can define parameters. We can define TestNG parameters in testng.xml, and we can read that input data from the testng.xml. So by writing @parameters రాసి మనం ఆ parameters అన్ని తెచ్చుకుంటాం, అంతే కదా? In our TestNG class, you are writing @parameters and you are retrieving. Okay. So @data provider అంటే కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏంటి? @data provider reading input data from Excel. From an Excel. So in lab number 13, I'm going to use these 2 concepts. So at the rate parameters use చేయబోతున్నాను, and at the same time I'm also going to use at the rate data provider. Okay, so just I want to give you one example. So I'm going to use this lab. Okay, and ఇంకొకటి ఇప్పటిదాకా మనం డేటా డ్రివెన్ టెస్ట్ we have tested. This is the approach. So suppose it contains login method, it contains add nationalities, and finally it is doing logout. So your test is executing for different sets of input data kada. So data provider means, so in your Excel you have given n number of inputs and your test is executing. These test methods are executing for different for different sets of input data. Okay, so ikkada drawback enti data provider test lo. So somebody has asked during that time, okay, sir, every time do I need to log out for second set of input data? Can I continue in the same session? Somebody has asked the doubt in that class. Okay, but నాకు యాడ్ నేషనాలిటీస్ ఉందనుకో, సో ఐ కెన్ సో సెకండ్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్పుట్ డేటా స్టార్ట్ అయినప్పుడు అగైన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ స్టార్టింగ్ ఫర్ న్యూ సెషన్ అండ్ అగైన్ ఆల్ దీస్ మెథడ్స్ ఆర్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటింగ్. ఓకే, again new session is started and it is executing second time login add national. Suppose if it contains third set of input data, again it is executing like this approach. So like that your login add nationalities logout, it is executing like that. But I want to continue in the same session. Okay, so నేను యాడ్ నేషనాలిటీస్ పెర్ఫార్మ్ చేయడానికి నేను మళ్ళీ లాగౌట్ అవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. సపోజ్ నేను మిమ్మల్ని ఇఫ్ ఐ విల్ ఆస్క్ యూ create a nationalities record in the system, what you will do? Just a minute. So నేను ఇప్పుడు మిమ్మల్ని ఓపెన్ ఆరెంజ్ ఇచ్చారు అప్లికేషన్ లో. I have given a scenario to create a nationality record. So you are clicking on admin and you are clicking on nationalities and you click on add button and you done Indian 756 and you click on save. And after that you are doing welcome logout. So and you are doing driver.quit, browser you are closed. But second set of nationality record create cheyadaniki, do I need to exit from the current session? Not required at all. So I can click on admin and I can navigate to nationalities and I can click on add button. So I can enter Indian 767 and I can click on save. So no need to execute from every session. So until na test, how my test needs to execute, once I log in one time and I want to execute add nationalities for the first set of input data, and after that again I want to execute add nationalities if it contains second set of input data, and if it contains second, third set of input data, it has to execute. And finally I have to do logout. So this is the approach, right? So this is the efficient way we have to write the data driven test. Is everyone clear? నేను చెప్పేదంతా ఫాలో అవుతున్నారు అందరూ? So no need to మనకి so what is happening data driven test and it is executing like this. So it is wasting lot of time consuming. Okay, I don't want to execute this approach. Once I log in, I want to create three sets of nationality records and finally I want to do logout. So in this way I want to execute. Okay, I will tell you the logic how you need to write your logic. Okay, so I will take a variable integer iRow equal to 0. I declared a variable. Okay, if iRow equal to 0, I'm writing a logic like this. If iRow equal to 0, I want to call these methods. I want to call these methods. One second. And whenever I will jump onto this condition, iRow value I'm increasing by 1. iRow is equal to iRow plus 1. So whenever, if iRow value equal to 0, I want to execute this login and add nationalities method. Okay, right. Else, if iRow value is not equal to 0, I want to execute only add nationalities method. So this is the way I have written my logic. Understood? So if I row equal to 0, so first time my I row value is 0 because I initialized my value as 0. If I row equal to 0, I row value will become 1 and login and add nationalities method has been executed. Anyway, your control, it won't go to else block because this condition is true and if this block has been executed. And again, your data provided second set of input data. And whenever the program is test is executing for second set of input data, okay, so the previously I row value is 1, okay, because the value has been increased by 1. So I row equal to 0. So this condition will be failed. So it will go to add nationalities. Okay. And again, so your add nationalities method only executed. So in the same session, your add nationalities method only it was executed. And whenever the data provider providing input data to the test, okay, whenever third set is executing, okay, here, okay, one second, here, so my I row value is last time is 1 plus 1. So I row value will become 2. Okay. So if I row 2 equal to 0, is this condition true? So it won't go to if condition. It will go to else condition. So 2 plus 1, I row value will become 3. And only add nationalities method is executed. So this is the logic I'm going to write in my program. Has anybody so andarki arthamainda ee logic? Okay, in the same session, I'm not calling so I'm calling my login method only one time because initially whenever my I row equal to 0, I'm calling my login method and I'm calling my add nationalities method. But from second time onwards, I'm calling only add nationalities method because I row equal to 0. So first time only I want to execute login method. So let me show you this code implementation in my program. Okay, testng parameters. Okay. Okay. So first of all, we will discuss about before test part because before test logic will be executed. So let me show you my testng.xml. So this is the package name. This is the package name and browser testing underscore data provider 3. So this is the testng class. It has to execute. And I have written my parameter name is equal to browser and value is equal to Chrome. Okay. So my browser parameter value contains a value as Chrome. So if I want to read this value, so I'm going to read in my before test section, parameters browser. So this browser value will be passed automatically here. And if browser equals ignore case of Chrome, so the driver is pointed to Chrome browser and Chrome browser will be launched. If my browser equals to IE browser, so you suppose if the browser value is not Chrome, the condition it will go to here. So Chrome.ie. So if it is IE, suppose in your testng.xml, if you specify as IE, so then your driver will be pointed to IE browser. If you are specifying the browser value as Firefox, then your driver will be pointed to Firefox browser. So if any of the case it is not matching, so if you are not giving Chrome or IE or Firefox values in the testng.xml, and if you will specify something else, by default your browser will be pointed to Chrome browser. So else means if any of the condition is not matching, the condition it will go to else block, and by default your program is going to execute on Chrome browser. So that is the syntax of if and else. Else means the default condition. Okay, if any of the condition is not satisfying, so finally the else block will be executed. Okay, and suppose if you are giving Chrome 1, what will happen here? So in all the 3 cases it will be failed and your test will be launched on Chrome browser. So like that I have written my logic. So based on my browser parameter value, I'm able to launch my browser. So this point is clear in the before test. So that is the explanation. Is everyone clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we understood about parameters section. Okay, now let's come to the second point. So in the test, how this logic has been implemented, I'm going to explain. Okay, so this logic has been Why we have developed this logic? Because I don't want to do login, add nationalities, logout, login, add nationalities, logout. So I don't want to do for every set of input data. I don't want to log in every time. I want to do login at a time, and I want to execute add nationalities. And if my data provider contains 3 sets, so again I want to call add nationalities, add national, and finally I want to call logout. Okay, so now let's go to the @test implementation. So anyway, I have given my Excel sheet, tc01 sample.xlc and sheet 1. Okay, let me open my Excel sheet as well first. So C drive, HTML report, orange HRM 6, and what is my Excel? tc01 sample. So here my Excel sheet contains username, nationality. So here it contains 4 sets of input data. So that means your data provider object array stored with, okay, 4 sets of input data. Okay, right. Now let's go to the point. So I have declared my iRow is equal to 0. Why I declared iRow equal to 0? Because first time I want to call login and add nationalities method. So let's go to that logic implementation. So previously we are writing directly. So now I am writing if iRow equal to 0, I am increasing my value. iRow is equal to iRow plus 1. So 0 plus 1, 1. iRow value will become 1. And I have written customized emailable report, reporter 1, new reporter 1. And we have already seen r1.take screenshot auto. So this part I will tell you later. Okay. And I am taking the snapshot. And I'm calling enter login details and add nationalities method. Okay, so enter login details method has been implemented here, and add nationalities method I am implemented in bottom. So I'm calling those methods. So first time I want to call only login method and add nationalities method. So in my if condition I called only these 2 methods. Okay, and next time whenever your data provider object so whenever your test is executing if condition, it won't go to else block, and your first set of input data, your login details method has been executed, username and password and nationality. So with the whatever data provider object array values it's providing here, so your test was executed with that set of input data. And once the first iteration completed, the iRow value is 1. Okay, so whenever the data provider object is providing second set of input data here, okay, so if iRow equal to 0, so no, my condition will be failed. It will go to else block because my iRow value is 1 equal to 0. So because it's already increased, so it will go to else block and it will execute only add nationality method. Okay, I will explain this method again. So I'm increasing my iRow value 1 plus 1 and add nationalities method only it is executed. And again, my data provider object array contains third set of input data. And again, it will get third set of input data. So my last value is 2 equal to 0. No, it will go to else block and iRow value will be increased by 1. 2 plus 1, iRow value will become 3. And again, your add nationalities method is executing for third set of input data. And again, data provider object array, which is providing input data here. And your Excel contains fourth set of input data. So 3 equal to 0, your condition will be failed, and 3 plus 1, iRow value will become 4, and this method is executing fourth time. And okay, and after that, your data provider object array is null. So your test, it won't be executed at all. This logic, it cannot be executed. So how many sets of input data it contains, those many times only your data provider object is executing. Okay, and once all 4 iterations completed, and I'm writing in the @after test, I'm closing my browser. So we already know @before test, @test, and @after test. So finally, I'm closing my browser. So that is the explanation. So the logic has been implemented in such a way like this. Okay, let me run my program, and we will see whether your test was executing in the same session in data-driven test. Okay, let me check. Okay, I'm going to execute my program through testng.xml. So whenever you will write parameters in the testng.xml, you have to execute your program from testng.xml only. Because if you will directly execute this program, so this browser value, it cannot retrieve the value from the testng.xml. So you have to execute from testng so that this browser value will be automatically passed to here and it will be executed. So whenever you are writing parameters, you ensure that you are executing your program from testng.xml only. So this time your first iteration, second iteration, third iteration, fourth iteration, all iterations it will be executed on in the same session only. Let's check. So Mexican 66 and second iteration, Mexican 67 and third iteration, Mexican 68 and fourth iteration, Mexican 69, and finally your driver.qt was executed. Okay, now let's go to emailable report. Okay, how the report has been generated. Test output folder, emailable report, open with web browser. So let me open my HTML report. See your test3 method. So means your test method. Okay, so what is the method name? Your main method name. So this is the test3 method was executed, okay, 4 times for different sets of input data. So TC01 nationality iteration 1. So during first iteration, it's captured login screenshot methods and add nationalities method. You can check. Okay, so like that, enter nationality text, Mexican 66. So during your second iteration, nationality iteration 2. So why the login method was not captured? Because it is going to else block and it is executing only nationality method. So whatever log statements that you have written in the add nationalities, those steps are executed. So let me check the main step. Mexican 67. So nationality iteration 2. Okay, and nationality iteration 3. Mexican 68, third iteration, and fourth iteration, yeah, TC01 Mexican 69. So in the fourth iteration, it was executed. So now we understood your test was executed multiple times for different sets of input data within the same session. Okay, and finally your @ after test was executed. And I want to explain only one part, how this iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3, iteration 4, this heading was coming. So now let's go to that explanation. So we know the reporting part. Reporter R1 is equal to new reporter of. So generally how we are giving TC01 underscore, what is the one, what is the emailable report part we are giving? So this part, TC01 national. So this is the one we are giving within, so that your this heading was coming in your emailable report general. Okay, but I want to, because my this is my data provider. So see in this str iteration value, what I am doing, okay, instead of writing hard coded value, I am passing my str value. So this is the str value here I am passing. So what is this str value means? TC01 nationality underscore iteration underscore, the IRO value is 1, 0 plus 1. So that value it is concatenating, and this value it is storing as TC01 nationality iteration 1. So that value it is storing into that string variable, and that emailable report heading is coming like that. Okay, and go to the else block. So whenever your IRO value will become, last value is 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So TC01 nationality underscore iteration underscore 2. So this string is concatenating, and TC01 nationality iteration 2. So that is it is coming, and in your emailable report it is coming like that. So again nationality iteration 3, it is coming like that. Nationality iteration 4 is coming like that. So your add nationalities method was executing like that. So within the same session, and finally once all iterations completed, I'm closing my browser. So here I have written my log statements. We already know how to write the log statement. Okay, so that's it on the using of, okay, TestNG day 13 topic. So in this program, I have covered @parameters and @data provider. Okay, and I have written my data driven test efficiently. Instead of using this approach, okay, I have written my logic in this approach. Okay, to improve to write this logic, what I have taken, simply I have taken this value. So this is the main logic. Okay, IRO equal to 0, then only I'm calling login and add dash From second time onwards, I'm just simply calling add dash. So your @test method is executing. How many times the data provider object array is holding the data, those many times your @test is executing. So second time onwards, it is going back to else condition, it is executing. So like that, your logic has been executed. So that is the summary on the day 13 topic. Is everyone clear? Day 13.
Yes, sir.
So ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ఆఫ్లైన్ లో మళ్ళీ go through అవ్వండి. Okay, this is the main big concept. Okay, so in this concept I have included data provider, I have included parameters, and I have written my data driven test efficiently. So ensure that you are doing practice or add jobs or add locations or any of the lab you can do by yourself, so that you can get confident on this lab. Okay, that's it on day 13. So ఇంకా మనకి lab number 20 లో ఏమైనా టాపిక్స్ మిగిలిపోయినాయా? So we have completed all up to 20 labs. Okay, one topic we have left. Okay, I will start my meeting. You can join day 11. Catalan recorded the topic left. I can